The DPRK is once again warning the U.S. against taking any action against the country. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un vowed to defend his country again after threatening the U.S. and South Korea last week. The government statement says that powerful physical countermeasures would be taken to defend the dignity and sovereignty of the nation, the official Korean Central News Agency reported. Satellite images indicate that Pyongyang could be preparing another nuclear test, despite warnings from the West and China. Our team of correspondents is standing by live to bring you all the angles on this story. We'll check in with Jung in Seoul in just a moment. But first, Terrashima, he's live for us in Japan, where that country has just launched a new satellite. Terry.
Yes, Japan's Aerospace Exploration Agency has successfully launched the H-2A rocket, which placed a surveillance satellite yesterday, Japan time. It's the fourth series of surveillance satellite that Japan has put up since 2003, which completes Japan's satellite surveillance network globally. It can monitor up to 60 centimeters, identify 60 centimeters object. And this was planned 15 years ago in 1998. And now, after 15 years, Japan finally completed its satellite surveillance system. The officials said that this particular satellite is not aimed at particular location or for a specific surveillance spying, quote unquote, a project, but it can primarily be used for monitoring lands and for disaster prevention purposes. Mike.
You know, Terry, though, there are some people who are saying that this was specifically made for surveillance on the DPRK. That's been some of the speculation, but the government's denying that then?
Well, government is not really denying, but they're not really saying it is. But when you look at back at 1998, that's the time when DPRK was developing and testing its Tepodon missile, and Japan felt threatened, and this surveillance system, a project for this surveillance system came up then. And also at the moment, Japan is trying to increase its defense capabilities by increasing its military capabilities, and also has been relying on U.S. surveillance. But now it's a very good tool for Japan to beef up its defense system with the satellite and monitoring surveillances on DPRK.
And, you know, Terry, there's been a lot of speculation about why now for the DPRK, these recent moves. And there's been some that have said that it's because of all these leadership changes. We're seeing a leadership change in China. The United States just went through an election. There's been changes in South Korea. And, of course, we also know in Japan there's been a change to Prime Minister Abe. Is that kind of the speculation that's going on there as well?
Yes, with Shinzo Abe, it's been much expected that it's going to change. He's going to change some of the defense guidelines that was compiled by the Democratic Party of Japan. And in fact, Democratic Party of Japan was going to decrease the defense force numbers, but now Abe is trying to increase it, and also Abe is trying to exercise the rights of collective defense and beef up its coordination with the U.S. So that speculation is pretty much strong here in Japan as well.
All right, thanks so much, Terry. Let's move now to the Korean Peninsula for the perspective there. Eugene, what's been the reaction to Japan's satellite launch, first off?
Well, local media here reported on Japan's successful satellite launch, but they also mentioned that the three countries, Japan, the United States, and China, have conducted satellite launches or missile tests at the same time, as if, quote, promised. Now, the media here suggests this could send warning signals to the DPRK. According to major local newspapers here, the Missile Defense Agency, or the MDA of the United States Defense Department, successfully test-fired a defense missile in the seas off California. And the MDA claimed that this rocket, which went through a simulation test, will be able to destroy a ballistic missile in midair. The United States, however, did not say that this test was conducted in response to the DPRK's recent rocket launch. Now, on the same day, Japan also succeeded in putting a satellite into orbit. This is apparently their fifth satellite, so Japan will now be able to take pictures of any place on Earth at least once a day. And the satellite can distinguish objects on Earth that are about 1 meter in size. Also, Yonhap News Agency quoted Xinhua News Agency's report that China also conducted a mid-range missile launch test on Sunday. Now, China said this missile succeeded in reaching a preset target, but the test was defensive in nature and was not targeted at any country. Yonhap says this is the second time China has officially announced their missile test after January 2010. Back to you in the studio.
Eugene Jung for us in Seoul, South Korea. Thanks so much.